Greetings and salutations. My name is Schwahn, and today we are checking out Another Code Recollection. Now, Another Code Recollection is actually a full remake of two games from like 15 freaking years ago, and that is Trace Memory and Trace Memory R. And Trace Memory was released in the West. Trace Memory R, its sequel, was not released in the West, and and that is what they've decided to remake. And I don't know necessarily why they're renaming it to Another Code. I mean, maybe that'll be revealed to us. But in the standard fashion of when we see games being remade, I have went back and I have found the trailers for these. Oh, okay, my bad. They're 20 years old, considering this trailer for Trace Memory. Oh, Trace Memory, Another Code. Man, if I just read, maybe some of the answers to my questions would be answered. This is from 2004, so it's 20 years ago, and it has found its way onto a full remake, which is cool, and we'll see what that looks like both then and now. So with all of that said, let's get started. It's gonna look rough because this trailer's in 240p. One of the other ones in 480 though. I'm sorry. Man, I can actually read that better looking at the monitor of the stream than I can looking at my screen. The words are less blurry here.
Daddy.
Sorry. Huh. It was hard to see. Oh, that's kind of cool though. Did you see how that was working? That was actually kind of cool. So they're running around the room. And so this is on a 3DS, right? So you have the two screens, which they're showing you. And you have like a top-down view on the bottom screen. And the top screen is changing to be what you're looking at. And the top screen's just stills. See how it switches over? So you're looking at these two boxes. It's so hard to see. I'm sorry. You're looking at these two boxes here and you see them here. And then you run over. Oh, God, go back. And then when you run over, it changes the still of what was in front of you. That's cool. That's a cool design. That's cool use of the dual screens. I feel like so many games on the DS and 3DS just didn't make it like... The gimmick of the dual screens was just too big a burden for a whole lot of games, which is fine because it makes them easier to port, but that's neat. Interesting. Okay, so this is the E3 2005 trailer for that same game. Man, the DS was so long ago. We're so freaking old. It's not even the 3DS, man. It's the DS. Over here being ancient. Oh, that was it. All right. Well, you got it. All right. And this is we have two trailers for its sequel, which was Trace Memory R. Both of these games are in the remake, which is another code, Recollection or Recollection. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be, because it could be Recollection, like remake collection, or it could be Recollection, like I remember something. Maybe that's the pun. Maybe that Japan loves puns. So this was on the Wii. Very significantly different looking game than the first one. So judging by that still photo that we saw at the beginning when I had the logo of the game up, so they remastered the sequel, Trace R, and they remade the first game to look like the second game. That's my guess. This game never made it to the West, though. It never had an English release, which is why you see nothing but Japanese here. I wonder if the same kind of split screen would work on the Wii U. Maybe the Wii U is finicky about like what it would allow, right? I mean, because the Wii U was always billed as like this dual screen thing, right? But that's just not how it ever really ended up playing out. And the games that did try to use it for that purpose, like, it didn't go well. And those are games like the Star Fox game that was on the Wii U, to where you had to like aim with the fucking gamepad and stuff, and everyone just hated it. I'm really glad that the gimmick of the Nintendo Switch is literally just like, it's portable or it's docked and you can take off the controllers and do like motion shit with them, right? Because the game is still just the singular screen, which means that so many games are still just games instead of needing to play into the Nintendo platform's gimmick. Because things like the dual screen on the DS and 3DS, or things like all of the Wiimotes on the freaking Wii, like, games that should have been better were worse because of the forced gimmick of the console, where there is not really any forced gimmick on the Nintendo Switch, which I think is part of the reason the Switch has done so incredibly well. Look at this person. Run! Run, Ashley! Run like the wind! Or run with the wind. Whatever. Was that it? Was that where the trailer ended? Oh, okay. I was like, wow. Look! The school! Of course, this trailer might make more sense if we spoke Japanese, but I turned it down because I don't understand Japanese, and so I'm just filling the air with my own voice. Okay. Now let's take a look at the remake.
Hey.
This is the first trailer from the
Look
September
alive.
2023 direct.
We're almost there.
The Nintendo DS game Trace Memory returns on the Nintendo Switch system as another code to memories. One day, a young girl named Ashley receives a letter from the father she thought had passed away. Seeking answers, she sets off for the solitary Blood Edward Island in search of him.
Holy shit. Okay, what do you mean you thought your dad passed away? Like, did you attend his funeral, or did someone just like tell you like, we're sorry your dad died and we couldn't retrieve the body? And then you get an invitation to go to somewhere called the Blood Edward Isle? No. No. Sorry, Dad. Fucking ring me next time, because I'm not going.
Once there, Ashley encounters puzzles and obstacles that hinder her investigation.
That's a ghost.
She also meets a mysterious boy.
Bitch. A mysterious boy? He's dead. He's got Casper's freaking tail thing. That's not a boy. That's a spirit. That's a phantom. It's a ghost.
What truths await Ashley in this place?
And no matter how hard I try, I can't remember Dad's face.
It's because he was a homunculus.
Who are you?
I'm your father.
Sequel, Another Code R, Journey into Lost Memories, previously unreleased in North America, is also included.
So this is like Juliet, huh?
Play both games to experience the full story. Unravel both adventures, fully enhanced for Nintendo Switch, when Another Code Recollection launches January 19th. Pre-orders begin today on Nintendo eShop.
I need to write down a note because I want to do a video about, in essence, kind of like what this game and release is about it. I want to have a conversation about video game preservation, but note for later. This is the overview trailer.
For my 14th birthday, started off pretty bad, but inside, I felt tossed in a storm. I was so excited, but also lost and angry. I've never felt so torn apart. Who could blame me? I mean, my dad. I always thought he was dead. But he's alive!
Are you sure?
Uncover mysteries and visions of the past in this 2-game collection, fully enhanced.
Yeah, normal
for the
poetic
Nintendo Switch
island
system.
named Blood Isle. First thing you meet there is a
Ashley,
ghost.
a
Totally normal.
13-year-old girl who was orphaned as a child. One day, she receives a letter from her father, who she believed to be dead. Ashley heads to the solitary Blood Edward Island, where her father is said to be waiting.
Also, she's 13, and this fucking boatman is just like, I'll wait here.
No one lives here, right?
They say it was once home to a family of rich folks. But the patriarch got sick and things went from bad to worse. Most of the family died, one right after the next.
Is this what I think it is?
This place holds a dark and tragic past. Undeterred, Ashley explores the island.
Hello? Is anyone in here?
Bro in here following Pokemon rules. Just been like, yeah, it's fine. You go off on your own. It's cool.
What?
She finds puzzling obstacles that slow her progress. And
Can you see me?
she meets Dee, a mysterious ghost with amnesia.
Thank you for calling him a ghost. Last trailer called him a boy.
The dolls need to get along? What does that mean?
Ashley must contend with strange obstacles and gradually restore Dee's memories.
He's the one who told me to come to this island. So where is he?
D, go look around. Fly through all the walls.
But that's all you're getting out of me.
You'll get all the answers you're looking for when you meet him. Who are you?
What truth
We deliver our children to this island to be hunted for sport.
Remember it all. Goodbye, Ashley.
It does, Eve, and they're thankfully being ported to
After
Switch.
completing the Another Code 2 Memories game, its sequel, Another Code R, Journey into Lost Memories, previously unreleased in North America, will be unlocked. Here,
They're being very specific about unreleased in North America. Did it get a PAL version? Like, did it get like a German version, but not an English one? Like, was it released in Europe, but not North America? It's just strange that they are saying specifically North America. Whatever.
and now 16-year-old Ashley will encounter new individuals
Yo, Ashley.
and unravel the memories of her dearly departed mother.
I was here with Mom.
All right, so the first game's about figuring out what happened to Dad. The second game's about what happened to Mom.
Just the two of us.
All will be revealed.
And then the
Another
third
code
game's about what's
Recollection.
happened to us, because now
Available
we're
January
dead.
19th, 2024, only on Nintendo Switch. Pre-orders are available now on Nintendo eShop. Start uncovering the mysteries today with a free demo on Nintendo eShop.
Oh, cool.
You can transfer your progress over to the full game once purchased.
I love demos that do that. I think it's also really smart. I know one of the reasons that they don't do this all the time of have your progress be able to transfer over is because one, that requires the demo to be the beginning of the game, right? And it normally requires the demo to be a little bit bigger than it would be otherwise because you have to get people through the beginning of the game, right? And the beginnings of most games are normally the slowest because you have to introduce the player to a bunch of stuff. But then if we look at like how Square Enix used to do a lot of their demos with games like Lost Sphere and Oninaki and freaking I Am Setsuna and shit like that, where the demo is in the very middle of the game and you have no context and you have like half your abilities unlocked, those demos are terrible because you already have like most of the mechanics in the game being thrown at you and you're like, I don't know what's happening, and then you get shit kicked out of you and you're like, oh, okay, well, okay, thanks, bye. Okay, here's the latest trailer, which is from 5 days ago, January 9th, 2024.
Hurry, Ashley. Hide. Mommy? That's Blood Edward Island?
Right you are, miss.
No one lives here, right?
I'm gonna pull something up on the side that I'm curious about.
Someone's grave? I've been here for a long time. No one's ever noticed me. That's why I know you're the one.
But people have come to this island before?
I think I can help get your memories back.
What's wrong?
Why did you never tell me Dad was alive?
Dad, I promised your dad.
Interesting.
Promised him
Okay.
what?
Look after her. I'll be back for her someday.
What the?
So the thing that I was doing on the side just now is I was really curious about the length of these games because these trailers are pretty short and sweet, right? And when it comes to these like not quite walking simulator, but like limited puzzle games that are trying to tell a story, some of them are really, really short. And so I was curious what the length of these games are. And it's actually kind of surprising. The first game is about what I expected. So Another Code 2 Memories, the very first game that was on the DS, is about 5 hours. And that tracks with kind of how limited of information they're giving of like, her dad's dead, she went to the island, she met a ghost, and she's trying to figure out some stuff. And if we say any more, we'll have spoiled the entire game. So like, makes sense why the information on that is very limited, right? Another Code R, A Journey into Lost Memories, its sequel, is actually around 18 hours, which is a surprisingly longer game compared to the original one. So just as a note of relatively what to expect, I imagine they probably stay along those same numbers because I bet Another Code R in this collection is pretty heavily copy and pasted, whereas Another Code 2 Memories, they obviously had to like do a complete remake from the ground up. So I'm curious, it might be a little bit longer now just because sometimes when they do that, they like to try and like add in a little bit more. But I was going to recommend Project Zero, a really amazing Wii game I don't recall people talking about, only now to realize that it's Fatal Frame. Yeah. Yeah. Good job, Eve. I'm proud of you. So yeah, that is Another Code Recollection. I think they said it and I already forgot. It's a full priced game. It is $60. But you do get 2 games, both remakes of both games available on one cartridge. And I think that's relatively fine, especially because it's not like what they did with Super Mario 3D All-Stars, right? Those weren't remakes. They did the worst port job you've ever seen of like Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine and went, it's on Switch, give us money. And I gave them money. But these are at least like full-on branded remakes, right? That have a lot more to them. So that's cool. I don't know enough about these games, but it is neat that they will exist. And on the idea that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be backwards compatible, like that makes it just all the better because you're just going to have this really good, long-lasting library, and that's fantastic. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'd love to hear from you. If you played what was it called? Or like, I know it was called another Trace Memory. If you played Trace Memory is probably what it was called in the West, but otherwise it was called, you know, Another Code or Another Code R, but had Trace Memory and all the things that I found. Anyway, if you played that back then, how do you feel about this? Like, is this something that's really cool? Was it something that you're like, yeah, that was actually a really beautiful story. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot, and it'll be really cool to see a more modern rendition of it with these updated, you know, recreated graphics? Or you're like, I don't know why they did this, because I've seen them do that. They're like, check it out, we're doing a remaster of this game, and we're like, everyone's like, what? Why? and then it bombs, and they're like, man, nobody actually wants remakes of games. And it's like, we asked you for this, and you gave us that. Make that one instead, and we'll give you money. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Or if you want to keep the conversation going elsewhere, social media, pick your poison, probably there. But I am most active on Threads. So if that's where you want to have a conversation, that's going to be the best place. But I don't get that many notifications. So if you ping me on any of the others, I'll still see you. Regardless, though, yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please leave it a like. If you want to catch future videos, please subscribe to the channel. And if you do go watch one of the other videos, or if I see you in the live stream, thank you and enjoy.